triangular-shaped objects, and we don't know exactly what or where they are. Could these be some of the objects that we're looking at up there?
There's some large triangle-shaped ships. There's some large disc-shaped ships. There's smaller ones that look like a silver football. There's the one that looks like a V, and it's all around the outside of it, and it has a triangle shape to it, and it looks like what you would rack the pool table with, the little thing you put the balls inside,
yes.
and it's like
That's
that.
right.
And I've actually seen that be flying with one point going really fast in one direction, and all of a sudden the other point takes off, kind of moves a little bit, and it's going out that way. So every one of those points can be a lead. And that's a little strange. I don't think we made that one, or if we did, we're copying somebody else's model of it.
Good point.
And there's a Joanne Richardson that's on my movie, and I do a Cobby interview. I mean, it was the first time I put anybody on camera and myself, but Joanne holds it together pretty good, and she tells about her husband who is in prison now, and he's serving like 25 years of a life sentence, and he tried to quit, and I guess it's like the mafia. You don't just tell him you're no longer going to fly, you know. But in turn, his partner or a friend of his got killed, stabbed with a screwdriver or something. He was nowhere around, but then they said, well, he hired it or something along that lines. And so the man's been sitting in prison, and he does not tell about the program that's going on. But his father flew for the International Space Program. He flew for them for a while, could talk about that, but he's sworn to with the United States program. And so, I mean, you know, if he thought they could kill him or do whatever, but what's worse than probably being in prison all your life, I really would like to talk to Obama and get him some truth and show him some of the film that I have, this surreal thing, and it's just not any makeup. And I'd like him to maybe work on pardoning Mark and get her husband out. And I don't know what would happen. I don't think he can talk about a lot of stuff. But there's one man who is in his 70s that does not want his name out or even near where he lives. But he swears to me that he's flown back-engineered spacecraft and has been in battles in deep space. And he was in a battle over China some years back where there was a lot of craft trying to come in.
So we're trying to keep them out then, some of them.
Well, to the best of the information I'm getting from people that do not want to be exposed, that have inside information, they're telling me, get this out there, tell the people the truth, and if they believe you, they believe you, but at least it's going to get out there. And so, you know, I've kind of done that, and my thing is that for a long time I've known that there was UFOs and spacecraft of different origins, and saw a lot of battles. And I finally got to the point where when I was a kid, it bothered me if somebody said, oh, you're nuts or whatever, you know, and get in an argument. Now, if somebody says, you're nuts, there's no aliens, there's no spacecraft or whatever, I laugh at them. I say, it's great. You don't think so? That's fine. I'm so proud of you to have your opinion. And I say, you're nuts. Get some help.
Take them outside and just show them what you showed me.
Yeah, well, you can, but, you know, a lot of people will talk crap, and they won't give you a chance to back yours up. I
got to tell you, there was a guy out there who was very skeptical, and you shut him right down when you gave him the glasses, and he started looking. He didn't know what to say.
Yeah, and that guy was saying, you're crazy. He says, there's nothing out there, and, you know, what are you looking at, birds and bats? And I says, no, a bird looks like this, a bat looks like that, a moth looks like that, and an airplane. And I showed him those different things, but while I was showing him what different things look like, two of them came by, and I said, there, and he held the glass up and he looked and he goes, oh my God. And then one crossed and went across the other one and then took off out in a direction, and the other one broke right and went out in the other direction. And these are 120 to 150 miles up in their spacecraft.
And let me ask you this. If we, as human beings, are up there trying to defend the planet from some extraterrestrials, some are friendly, some aren't, and we're engaged in a battle with them, why don't they tell us? I mean, do they think we would panic? I guess they would, wouldn't they?
Well, I think people can panic and maybe would panic, but if they have technology to fly to other worlds and technology to make equipment and design things to where the rich and powerful people can control that, then they're the ones making the money, not the people. And there's a lot of technology that I don't blame them for hiding it from people because
it's classified.
It's very dangerous. I mean, how would it be if some guy had a little ray gun that he could put in his pocket and it had all this energy and ability, and he drove down the road whacking cars? I mean,
or people.
Yeah, well, if you whack the car, the people are in it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that is just an example. And right at this point in the world, they're having enough problems controlling disasters where people lose it and they get a gun and they shoot up a mall or do whatever. But that's mental illnesses, or it is programmed minds to do something with guns bad enough that everybody will say, well, we need to ban guns. We need to take guns away. Well, we need to ban idiots and retards from having them because guns never kill anybody. The people behind them do. And guns is the only thing that is defending freedom right now. And if you took guns away, I think that alien or otherwise could walk in here and take us over and say, walk down here. We've got these holes already drilled in the mountain, and get in your chains and go down there. And that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. And the friend of mine who was one of the heads of the NRA told me that when you make guns illegal, only those who operate illegal will have guns.
That's exactly right.
And, it's kind of fun to shoot certain ways for sport, like shooting clay pigeons and targets and all that stuff.
Well, and it's good for your own defense. I mean, I'm a proponent in guns. I think, if you own a gun and you know how to handle it and take care of it, you're making yourself and your family a little more safer.
Right, because you don't know who's going to load up on some crazy drugs or be desperate and break into your house and do all that. But there's a few police officers out there running around that need to learn a little safety and respect because there's been a lot of murder by badge going on. And when they investigate their own shootings, they always come out smelling like roses. And to shoot somebody, I think there should be a super, super reason before it happens.
Well, that's true. I mean, they've always said if you have to pull a gun in defense, you darn better make sure.
Make sure you know how to use it.
Yep, absolutely. Ed, we're going to take phone calls with you when we come back. Give you an opportunity to talk with Ed Grimsley, UFO Wars. He believes something's going on up there. Well, I believe also that something is happening. I witnessed it myself. Just who and what, I do not know. We'll take your phone calls with Ed Grimsley next on Coast to Coast AM.